gosh! Oh, I broke it.
Every time.
Look how trim he looks. Look at him.
I know.
Isn't he a freaking
Because I lost 10 pounds of, it's all water weight.
Hey.
Sorry, as soon as you called, like, it just like no service, and it took forever just to connect.
Hi.
No rhino?
No, he's playing golf.
Yee.
Oh gosh. Bug's looking at me like, don't you do it. Don't do it, you kook. Uh-oh. You always hope to get a little bump off of this hill right here for your last stretch over this abyss. But the rule is fly fast in sync. So I'm going to get on speed bar, slow and lift. If I start to feel some stuff while I'm crossing, I'm going to let off the speed bar. Decent tailwind getting across the valley, so that's good. Made us cross really fast. We're lower than I like to be over here, but that's all good. So this little bush right here, this little dead tree, call that the groveling bush. It's where you go to grovel when you're low over here. You gotta just try to work it.
Radical, you got eyes on Robert? Yeah, I can see Robert. He's heading up El Cap right now.
So when I was growing up, there was a gigantic church that bought this little mountainside, and pretty cool. The mountain is in Phoenix. Back in the day, they used to fly hang gliders off it. I don't think they do it anymore, but it is a really cool mountain. Well, anyways, they kind of cut into the bottom of the mountain and they put this big church. It's called it used to be called Phoenix First Assembly. You can hold like 3,000 people. And I remember one day, one of the things that we used to do is we would go to the church, and there was almost always a door open somewhere in the church that you could go inside. And, you know, during the summer, you're out of school, there's nothing to do. I think we were probably about 12 or 13 years old. And so we would go inside the sanctuary. It's 3 levels. Lights were very dim. The only light that you had was the light from the exit signs. And I was so fascinated with they had this angel hoist. So I would always, like, they had this each year they would have this pageant, this Christmas pageant or whatever it was. They would bring all kinds of animals. It'd be camels and bears. You couldn't believe all the different animals that they would have, and they have them like in cages outside for a few days, for like 3 or 4 days before each event, you know. And so we would go up there, and anyways, there was this scene during the Jesus part where Jesus comes out of the tomb, and or whatever scene it was, and these angels would fly over the audience. And so anyways, we get this idea, we're gonna go and find the access ladder to the angel hoists. And so we found it. We found the angel hoist. We found the crank, and it did a couple things. It was all hand crank, and it would lower you down, and it was by 2 wires, or it would raise you up, obviously, and then you could crank the person out over the audience. And so there would be these girls with this long dresses, and they would crank them out over the audience and get them really close to the people and have all the kinds of music and lights and stuff. And it was super cool. Well, anyways, we got the idea to tie a knot in the bottom and stand on the wire, and then I had one of my friends crank me out over the chairs. Now this is a 3-story or 3 balcony. I shouldn't say 3-story, because 3-story would give you the impression that it's 30 feet in the air. It's 3 balcony levels, right? So bottom floor, second floor, and third floor. I'm guessing we're probably somewhere in the 60 or 70 feet off the ground. And anyways, cranked me out all the way over. And this is a trust thing. You better trust your buddy to not just leave you out there. And anyways, it was cool. Nothing happened, but man, that was super dangerous. But that church, it was kind of like our...
I'm heading back. My hands are cold. I don't have gloves.
10-4, buddy. And yeah, so it's funny because that church offered an air-conditioned place to hang out, and we would play spotlight tag and run around in the sanctuary. And obviously, we wouldn't really do much damage, just kind of hang out in there. And one time, we had propped open the doors, and we were letting our friends in, and it's pitch dark again. We're gonna do the thing, and this time we're gonna play spotlight tag. So one guy goes up and he gets one of the spotlights and he turns it on, but you close the shutter. And after you close the shutter, it's really dark in the sanctuary. And I don't remember who went up, but I went running towards the platform, and I kind of stumbled into some flowers that were on the ground, little baskets of flowers, and I'm like, what the heck? And this is before you could just bust your phone out and put a light on. There was a casket it was an open casket. There was a dead guy in there, and we were just overtaken by this weird, just, oh my gosh. And so we all got quiet. We didn't want to play spotlight tag with the dead guy, so we got out of there. But yeah, it was super fun. Later on in life, that church became a really great place to skate. And also they had a really nice basketball gym. So I remember different times, running around in that basketball gym and playing basketball, and we're little devils, so we'd be cussing. And there was this little lady that worked the counter, and you had to get your little permission thing and sign the little waiver that you weren't going to get hurt playing basketball and you weren't going to sue them or whatever. And I remember one of the ladies in the back coming out and yelling at me for foul language, and she said, if you keep up that foul language, you're not going to be able to play basketball here anymore. And I'm, yes ma'am, I'm sorry. And then I'm just guessing that she probably went back into the office and was probably praying, God, make that young man a preacher. I'm grateful for that lady.
Robert, I'm right behind you, buddy.
Oh no, you're supposed to be the driver.
Mateo will save us.